Hey everybody, and welcome back to another deck profile video. I am Simon, one of your regular hosts. Today we're going to be profiling a deck featuring Copperajah VMAX, one of the new cards from Rebel Clash. It's one of the hardest Pokemon to KO at 340 HP, which is insanely large, and we'll be accompanying it with a bunch of other cards. I'll showcase my list, and yeah, that'll be it. So I have 3 Copperajah VMAX, because that's the main attacker you want to make sure you have able to find at least 1 or 2 every game, followed by 3 Copperajah V. Because Copperajah VMAX evolves from Copperajah V, you need the Vs to be able to use our main attacker, so that's a necessity. 2 Lucario and Melmetal GX with Full Metal Wall. Full Metal Wall, it reads, for the rest of the game, your metal Pokemon take 30 less damage from your opponent's attacks. So and then if it serves an extra energy, discard all energy from your opponent's Pokemon. I believe it's just, yep. Okay. So basically you prevent more damage and you slow down your opponent, which is really great against an ADP matchup, because you can slow down their energy attachments, make them sort of restart all over, especially if they're only running like 2 water energy. If they have them both in play, you can really slot them right after the alter creation, and slow them quite a bit. There's 2 copies of that, so if you can turbo that up, turn 2, and after ADP's alter creation, discard their energy and slow them down, that'd be great. I have 2 copies of Zacian V. Zacian V is a great backup attacker, 230 damage, and its ability just to draw 3 cards allows you to escape out of a bad hand or a slow start. 3 Jirachi. We're running evolution Pokemon, and there's lots of cards that we're going to need to find. Jirachi is great for that consistency, being able to find the top cards. Berserker, Galarian Berserker, because it's just a straight metal deck, Steely Spirit is really effective. I have 2 copies of that paired with 2 copies of Meowth. It might be a little much to try to set up. I think it's great. The extra damage allows you to do 260 with Copperajah VMAX, while also having just that giant HP. Then other sisters are Dedenne and Oranguru. Dedenne, just 1 copy. You don't need to mill. You go through your deck pretty quick. With other draw support, you don't need to mill through all 6 cards consistently, and your bench is going to get kind of cluttered, so 1 copy was enough. Oranguru allows you to preserve cards that you may want later in the game, and from discard, and also it allows you to just look at an extra card a turn, which is extremely helpful. 4 Professor's Research. This is just generic draw support. The raw draw power of Professor's Research is amazing, especially in metal decks with Metal Saucer. It allows you to discard metal energy and get them back. It's quite effective. Cynthia and Caitlin is next. The supporter ability allows you to reuse supporter cards like Boss's Command, the new Gust supporter, or Professor's Research for draw support. Also, you're going to have a pretty large hand normally. You're going to Intrepid Sword and Stellar Wish a couple times through the game, and you may end up with a huge hand you don't want to discard with Research. Cynthia and Caitlin allows you to just get 3 more cards and keep on drawing cards without losing important cards. Mallow and Lana's next. Because we have such a huge HP Pokemon, the ability to heal it is really a necessity. If you can heal it and keep it from getting knocked out easily, you can hopefully win the game that way. Slow your opponent down and win the game in the long run. Boss's Command, we have 2 copies. You can reuse it with Cynthia and Caitlin, so you don't really need more than 2. The ability to gust something that you can knock out with Copperajah VMAX is very effective. You can bring up something that's weakened, or like a Dene for 2 prize cards. For Quick Ball, there's a lot of Pokemon, and you just want to be able to find what you need, especially like a Dene to get out of a bad hand, or early on Lucario, Melmetal, or Zacian to get a bigger hand. Now this is where comes kind of my own variation. 3 copies of Great Ball. You could use Evolution Incense, but I prefer Great Ball, because with Great Ball you can find also your basics. It's not super specific to one certain thing. You do have to get rather lucky with it, but we're also running Pokemon Communication. So the Great Ball and Communication, you can find anything you want, which you could argue you could do it with Evolution Incense, but if you don't have a Pokemon Communication, Great Ball is just better than Evolution Incense early on in the game, trying to get set up. 3 Switch is next. They go well. Switch goes well with Jirachi. The ability to switch out of Copperajah VMAX into Jirachi to look at extra trainers is very effective and very helpful. Next, we have 4 Metal Energy, 4 Metal Saucer, sorry. Metal Saucer allows us to turbo energy onto all of our metal Pokemon, allowing us to use attacks faster and to get charged up quicker than the opponent. With such a fast meta, this is very crucial. 3 Metal Frying Pan. So Metal Frying Pan blocks out weakness, which is huge because we have a fire type weakness, and with Welder in the meta, there will always be a fire type deck that you're going to face off against. So you definitely want Metal Frying Pan to counter those fire type decks. It also blocks 30 more damage. So if you have full Metal Walled and have a Metal Frying Pan, you're blocking 60 damage. That means your opponent needs to deal 400 damage to knock out a Copperajah VMAX, which is insane. Super huge HP. 2 Escape Board to go with the 3 Jirachi. It's just such a good combo, and you always want to be able to find one. If you have a Jirachi, you want to find Switcher, Skateboard. A Skateboard is reusable and it's very nice. 2 Chaotic Swell. I wasn't able to find any other stadiums that really help the deck. Chaotic Swell is just very effective at slowing your opponent down and keeping them from doing whatever they want to do. Then only 7 Metal Energy. This isn't a very large count, but because we're reusing it with Metal Saucer and we're drawing through our deck pretty consistently, you can make up for all that energy loss and that small count of energy. Yep, so this is my Copperajah VMAX deck. If you have any tweaks or own variations that you would add, drop them in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and thanks.